Good morning, Visionary family, and welcome back to another one with Lady Visionary. Hope you guys are doing amazing. If you're new to my channel, please do go ahead and smash that red subscribe button and become part of this growing, awesome family here on YouTube. As I've recently said, I've just reached over 3,500 subscribers, and still growing. So I'm really thankful for that. So thank you to each and every one of you guys who are subscribed to my channel, and you keep on coming back and showing me love. As I say, I see your DMs via, Instagram. I see your emails. I see your comments, and the love is real. For those of you guys who don't know me, I am Lady Visionary here on YouTube, and I have relocated from the UK, and I'm now in Rwanda. Specifically, where I am, I'm in the northern province of Rwanda. I'm not in Kigali. I'm basically encouraging people to look, like, really kind of expand and look outside of just Kigali, because, as I say, Rwanda is more than just Kigali. There's so much to explore. It's a beautiful, beautiful country, and if you visit the different regions, then you will understand what I'm talking about. You'll see just how beautiful this country is. I'm outdoors. I'm shooting outdoors today, this morning. It's a beautiful morning here in Rwanda. It's currently 9:20 here in Rwanda, and I've decided to shoot outside on this beautiful morning. It's sunny. I can hear the birds in the background. I'm just like feeling one with nature, and I just decided to. I've just been doing a lot of thinking, um, like overnight, and just sort of thinking about, why I moved to Rwanda. What are the reasons why I moved to Rwanda? Because sometimes when you're here, you'll be going through different challenges here, that might you just may think in your head, like, why did I do this move? And so it's important for you to really understand, why you have decided to relocate and invest in a country, come in here to basically invest on the continent. I'm seeing you guys here. Those of you guys who are here, thank you so much. This is not my usual time for streaming lives, but I decided, let's just come on this beautiful morning. As I said, the sun is shining. The sun is beautiful here in the northern province. Like, what? It's a beautiful morning. I haven't had breakfast yet. I've got my tea in front of me. My breakfast is about to be ready. I'm seeing more of you guys join. Hello and welcome. Let me know where you're listening in from. I know it may be quite early for some of you guys. As I said, it's 9:20 here in Rwanda. Ah, God, guys, like, I say this time and time again. I would not like to be anywhere else but here on the continent, here in Rwanda. Trading my life in the UK to come to Rwanda, I really have no regrets despite some of the challenges. And, yesterday I was kind of having an up and down kind of day. And I was speaking to someone, and I sort of made a joke. Oh, maybe I'll just go back to Europe. And, he said to me, the guy who I was speaking to or running the joke with, he said to me, Kerry-Ann, in the very beginning, it's always challenging. It's always very challenging, but don't worry, you will be successful. You will be okay. And that's why I say to many of my supporters out there who are thinking about relocating, coming to invest here in Africa, know that it's not, I don't want you guys to romanticize things, because as much as I say you can live a wonderful, wonderful life here. I'm currently shooting from my current home here in Rwanda. And we have a beautiful garden space. This is where I am right now. We have, a drive that can fit like 3 or 4 cars. The property is a 7-bedroom property. I've got plenty of space. My children, sometimes I can't even find them because they go hiding in different rooms and things like that. They've got a big space that they can run around and just be free. And in general, like, my boys are very happy. They love to be out in the garden space playing football. Sometimes I'm out here playing with them and just enjoying my life here. So yeah, it's a really amazing thing. I think it's a very, very brave step to be able to say, you know what, I'm leaving life in America, I'm leaving life in Europe, and I'm coming and I'm going to try to see if I can make it here on the continent. Definitely have to be positive, because you will have your days when you are just like, oh my God, oh my God, this is a bit too much. But endurance, patience, and hard work, I believe, really pays off. It really, really pays off. And sometimes when you have those days of, like, the struggle can be real out here. If you're coming, you want to relocate to the continent, but you're not quite sure what you want to do. You're not quite sure how you will set up your foundations here, and that it will take you time. That can feel quite daunting. It really takes a lot of courage to leave your life in Europe, or, as I said, in the Americas, to come and relocate to a country that perhaps you haven't visited before, or perhaps you don't know very well. You don't understand the language, you don't understand the culture, and you don't understand the way of life, and you have to learn everything from scratch. You have to learn the culture, the way that people do things, the way that people do business, the way people operate, the language. One of the barriers here, yes, they do speak English here in Rwanda, but it's only recent years that changed from French to English. So you may find that's a challenge. And what I find here is that so many people who come, well, the Muzungus, the white people, when they come, they actually have some sort of escort who speaks the language, so they can guide them and assist them to help them navigate around the country well. And that's what I'm seeing a lot here in the Northern Province. So, there's a lot to think about when you're thinking about relocating and investing, especially also when you're thinking about bringing your children. Luckily for me, my children are very young at the moment, and I don't have to think about like schools and things like that. Even though I've already decided on what school I'm going to send my eldest boy to when he's ready. I'm pretty sorted with regards to schools. I have no concerns. But my children are pretty young, so it's not a massive, massive thing. Um, my sons are 3 years old, and one is just 1 year old. He's a 1 year old. So there's not many things I have to think about with regards to school. I can keep them at home for now with a nanny and so forth. But yeah, I'm seeing you guys. I'm going to greet you guys in a minute. Thank you so much for coming in. This is not my usual live stream time, but it's a beautiful morning. It's a wonderful morning here in the Northern Province. The sun is shining. Because for those of you guys who don't actually know, right now the rainy season. It's the rainy season, so it has been raining a lot, and that's been great. The rainy season is great because this is a time where people are cultivating and planting crops. Even myself, I've been employing people during this season to cultivate my land and also plant. So I've been planting a lot of things that I can harvest within the next couple of months. So I've planted things like sweet potatoes, normal Irish potatoes. I've planted corn. What else have I planted? Because I have animals on the farm, I've planted food for them for the dry season, which is around sort of June, July. So during this season, we're sort of getting prepared for the dry season, especially for my farm animals. So it's a great time. The rainy season is a great time because we need the rain in order for our crops to grow. But at the same time, it's like, oh, this rain, like, it's too much. Like, because when it rains here, like, it rains like crazy. So I've just taken this opportunity to sit out here in the sun, in the garden, because today, as I said, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. I am going ahead and greet you guys in a moment. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I will kind of go into the details as to why I moved. I moved to Rwanda, why I moved to Africa, why did I leave the UK, you know? Because I was living a fairly comfortable life in the UK. So what made me and my family decide to relocate? I mean, there are so many reasons, guys. I'll be here like all day, but I'm planning to be here for an hour. And you guys can also throw out your questions at me, and I'll try my best to answer those questions. Before I go ahead, I'm going to greet you guys. Like, I'm sitting directly in the sun. I don't know whether this was a great idea, but I've got my sun cream on, so hopefully I'll be all right. But the sun is pretty hot today. It's beautiful. Um, it's a beautiful day, guys. It's a beautiful day. Like, Africa is beautiful. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Like, seriously. Like, and for those of you guys who have been watching, you guys have been watching from the Americas. You guys have been watching from Europe. You have never visited Africa. I will encourage you to at least come to visit. At least come to visit. And Rwanda is one of those countries like that is clean, that is safe. You feel secure. There's fairly good transport systems. Getting around is not a problem. So I would really encourage you to visit Rwanda. Rwanda is a great start. And, you can start here and then, decide to go and visit other parts of the continent. You got Uganda, you got, especially if you're in East Africa, if you come to Rwanda, you can perhaps visit Uganda, Kenya, Burundi, Tanzania. I was in Tanzania a couple of months ago, had a wonderful time. A lot of you guys know that the previous president, he passed away, and Tanzania has their first female president. I believe her name is Samia Hussein. So she's been sworn in. She's the new president of Tanzania, and a lot of us are looking and we're waiting and hoping for greater things to come for Tanzania. I'm going to go ahead and greet you guys. I'm seeing some of you guys. I'm noticing you guys. So if you are here and you're not yet subscribed, please do go ahead and smash that red subscribe button. If you've come in and you haven't yet hit on the like button, like, I'm going to ask you, why haven't you done so? Like, what is going on? You can show me that support. It's absolutely free. And if you do want to support what I'm doing here on the continent, there's so many projects I'm doing here and so many things in the pipeline that's yet to, you know, I'm yet to share with you guys. I've shared some brief information, but there's more to come. If you want to support me, you can go ahead and do that anytime I'm live. You can support me with a super chat. I'm also on Patreon, guys. All the details are in the description bar and also pinned on the screen. So you can go ahead and support Lady Visionary and everything that I'm doing here. Yeah, you can support everything that I'm doing here on the continent by supporting with super chat. You guys also know that I offer business consultations and consultations with regards to relocating here on the continent, or specifically here in Rwanda. So if you are interested in setting up an appointment with me, we can do that via Zoom. The consultations usually last approximately an hour, and as I say previously, I do charge a small fee. It's a very affordable fee. Do go ahead and send me an email. All the details are in the description bar, so you can go ahead and check it out and send me an email. Um, yeah. Let me greet you guys. Let me greet you guys. I've got my cup of tea in the morning here, in case like I'm sipping and you guys are like, what's going on? Lady Visionary is just drinking tea and not talking to us. Okay. We've got Golden Heart listening in from Las Vegas. Africa is in the building. So yeah, I do recognize you, Golden Heart. Thank you so much for continuously coming to support me. Africa as well. Golden Heart said Rwanda is on lockdown, right? There are some policies in place right now, like curfews and things like that. Now the curfew's been extended, so the new curfew is 9 p.m., I believe. I'm getting so lost. Yeah, but it just kept changing, and now it's been extended, so it's 9 p.m. Right now, also district to district movements were restricted. So, people were restricted. You had to stay in your district, but now that's been lifted, and we are allowed to move around more freely from district to district, which immediately after that announcement, you saw that people were like, especially here in Musanze district or in Musanze, like you really saw a lot of people. I was like, oh my God, where did these people come from? And that's because, they were trying their best to obey the rules. But now that's been lifted, people are moving around a lot freely. Like I feel a lot more like, right, I can do this, I can do that. And because the curfew is now extended, I can do a lot more with regards to my project, without rushing home quickly. Like, there was one time the curfew was 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and now it's 9 o'clock. So the 9 o'clock curfew is really working well, really working great for us. We are loving it here, and businesses can shut at a later time, so that's really good as well. We got who we got in the building. We've also got Jamal Brewer as well. Peace Visionary. I'm seriously thinking about coming in May. Yes, come and visit Rwanda. Come and visit Rwanda, and make sure, like as I said, you don't just stop in Kigali, okay? Make sure you don't just stop in Kigali. Come and see me here in the Northern Province. I'm offering tours here in the Northern Province. So if you are interested, then you can also send me an email, and I will send you all the details about that. Um, yeah, and also if anybody is interested, because I'm also like setting up like an Airbnb right now. So if anybody's interested, I have like a 2 bedroom property. Yeah, I have a 2 bedroom property that you can rent. So if you just want to come and chill out for a while, here in the Northern Province, I do have a 2 bedroom property. And yeah, if you guys are interested, you can send me an email. So you can have that furnished or unfurnished. Yeah. So if you want it on a long-term basis or a short-term basis, it's available. First come, first serve. Queen Red Pill, thank you so much for being in the building. Greetings, sister. Brooklyn in the house. Hello, Queen Red Pill. I see you. You're one of my supporters. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, rest in peace, President Magufuli. Yeah, I know like the Tanzanian people are in serious mourning. The diaspora, we felt it as well. We really, really felt that. We did not see that coming. But as I said, like in my community tab, we just have to be strong, and we just have to heal. There's a lot of work to be done here on the continent, and a lot of us, the diaspora, we're coming to make a contribution, and that is very, very important as well. We have Alvaro in the building. Good morning, Lady Visionary. I'm about to leave for work. Have an excellent day. You too. You too. Okay. Peace and blessings. Oh wow. Regman Music is in the building. 12:35 a.m. Like I know this is a crazy time to come live, because I know also I have a lot of American viewers. Yeah, it's 9:38. Just gone past 9:38 a.m. here in Rwanda, but I just wanted to come and just I there's something on my heart that I really wanted to share, and that's why I am here. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. Sending love and blessings. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Again, as you come in, please smash on that like button, please. Please go ahead and smash on that like button, subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you are alerted whenever I upload videos or whenever I come live. Yeah, so yeah, I was really thinking, guys. I was really thinking, as I said, relocating here is not or relocating is not an easy process. You really need to think about it properly. Um, you need to jot down your ideas. You know, if you have a notepad, write things down. Write down your strategies to with regards to moving. Oh wow. Yeah, write down your strategies with regards to moving to the continent and think about why you want to do it. Think about what you're going to do to sustain yourself when you're here. Think about building connections um, when you're probably in America or even in the UK or in Europe. Thinking about how you can establish connections. Think about connecting with people who are already doing business in the field that you're interested in. To really try to map things out, even though, you know, when you come here, you know, you may face a different reality, but at least you have a plan. You know, you've really sat down, you've thought things through, and you've decided that this is definitely what you want to do. Please, please, please do not do things on the basis of others. Do it because it's in your heart. Do it because it's something that you want to do. Do it because there's a drive, there's some sort of motivation. Do it for yourself, okay? Do it for your family. Like, we have decided to move to Rwanda because we're doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for our family, we're doing it for our future. So make sure, yes, you can gain inspiration from different YouTubers like myself, the likes of Wadamaya, and so on. You know, Wadamaya is showcasing Africa with changing the narrative, or you know, telling the African story the African way. You know, and I think it's like us being here. It's really shedding the light in terms of the possibilities that are here. You know, so many people that don't look like you and I are here and they're doing business. You know, even the other day, I had someone knocked on my gate, a salesperson um, from Europe, a European man who's doing business. He left his leaflet with one of my house help. You know, they're here and they're making business, or they're making money from people from the diaspora, continental Africans. They've moved all the way from their countries to come and set up business here and are running successful businesses because their businesses are making profits. So don't be fooled that there's no money in Africa, or you don't know how you'll make money or get by. The possibilities are endless, especially if you have an open mind. You know, be open. That's one thing I say. Be open, be flexible, be willing to adapt. You know, you have to be sharp here. You have to be very, very sharp. You know, you have to exercise a level of awareness. You have to observe. You you have to be ahead of your game. Okay, you have to be willing to learn. That's so important. You have to be willing to learn. You're coming into a different environment, potentially a different culture, a different way of life than you've been used to for so many years. So my advice to you is be open, right? Be very, very open, and move because you want to move, because you know you've been inspired to do so, yes, but do it because it's within your heart and you know that this is for the betterment of your future. Okay. um so yeah, there's so many reasons as to why, you know, myself and my family, we decided to leave the UK. As I said, we had a very comfortable life in the UK, if you want to call it that. We had a very comfortable life according to European standards. Our cars, you know, and everything. I have my husband. We have our children. You know, we have a roof over our heads. You know, we can cook 3 square meals a day, etc., etc. You know, both of us, we are in the healthcare field. We both had well-paid jobs, and we decided to leave all of that behind. You know, leave our salary paid jobs, you know, that we get monthly, and just take a chance at life. You know, take a chance at life, step outside our comfort zone, and do something that we've always wanted to do. And like for me, obviously, my husband, he was born here on the continent. I was born in the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica. This desire to move to the continent or to explore the continent came when I was about 15 years old. I then acted upon that in 2009, but then my first time on the continent was 2010. So when I met my husband, I expressed to him my love for the continent. He was like, wow, he was sort of blown away. Um, Specifically, I think because he was just like, you were not born here, you know, you don't know enough about the continent, but you had one experience in Ghana and you just fell in love. And I guess it was more than that. It was more than that. It was like I went on a journey of learning more about Black history, learning about who I am as a Black woman, um, and how I fit in the world, you know. And you have many Black people who deny their history. They don't want to even be associated with being African, you know. Especially I think Caribbeans. Like I know I had like family members. You know, it was just what with how we've been brainwashed and what we've been taught. You know, in schools, even yeah, American schools, British schools, we're not taught well about our history. You know, we're taught very little about our history. Our true identities have been somehow blurred. So a lot of us have been very, very confused. And for me, I went on that journey of discovering more about who I am as a Black woman in the world. And I felt like part of that discovery, part of knowing more about myself, I had to visit the continent. And that's why I made the decision to visit the continent after I finished my undergraduate degree in physiotherapy. I didn't go looking for a job. I my plane ticket was already booked. I think I didn't even get my results. I was just so confident that you know everything was going to be okay. When and I got on a plane. I think the following month, or it was 2 months. I think after completing my undergraduate degree, I left for Ghana, and I actually checked my results in Ghana and found out that I had got a 2-1 in my degree. So for those of you guys don't know about the classification system, it's a first, then a 2-1, then a 2-2, then a third. So I got a 2-1 in my undergraduate degree, and I was like, wow. I checked on my phone in Ghana in a village called Kasapin, located in the Brongafu region of Ghana. And when I got my results, I was like, yeah, phew, let me just focus on my journey. And I really believe that the ancestors pulled me to Ghana and pulled me to learn more about who I am and my history. And I think from there, from visiting Ghana, I was just like, wow, like this is a part of my identity that has been missing for so long. And you know, like you just feel like there's a missing piece, and me coming to the continent really helped me to fix the puzzle together to understand more about who I am as a Black person. And also coming from the Caribbean, coming from Jamaica, because I spent some of my childhood years in Jamaica. That's where I was born. But then I spent most of my life in the UK, right? I spent most of my life in the UK. And you know, I didn't recognize really that I was a Black person in Jamaica because, you know, in our classrooms growing up, we're all Black students, you know. But I think after a while of being in the UK, or very, very soon after arriving in the UK as a child, um, I was forced to recognize that, you know, you are a Black person, you know, because you start to face the subtle racism. People tell you about the NF front. These are people who don't like Black people, who come after Black people. There was one year we were told like the NFs were coming, so we had to hide. And these were as children, because if they saw the Black children or a Black person, they would beat you up. And so I was terrified because I've never experienced anything like this coming from Jamaica. So, from a very early time in my childhood, I recognized the sort of environment that I was in. However, as a child, I was very determined to go through my, get through my education, to be very, very focused. A lot of my family members would say to me, like, "You are so wise for, being such a young person." I've been told this from the age of 11, 12. Like, I don't think like a 12-year-old. And that was true. Like, as a 12-year-old, I was even saving for my future. Any money that I would get, I would start to save it, birthday money, any pocket money, and things like that. I was very focused, and I exercised money management from a very, very young age. And that was something that I learned from my father. So yeah, like so recognizing the type of environment I was in the UK really also drove me to be focused and in school and education. And sorry, I thought someone was calling me. Yeah, so it encouraged me to just be focused and, I guess make my parents proud, because my parents were big advocates of education and pushing me through education and me doing well. And parents, they always say, I want you to do better than I did. I didn't have this and I didn't have that. So I really want you to be focused. You have that pressure. I really want you to be focused and I really want you to do well. In at secondary school, I'm just going to talk about things, experiences that I remember at secondary school. I remember like teachers saying to me, "Oh, just aim for this grade." They didn't think very highly of Black children in terms of achievements. A lot of the times we like stigmatized, and my brother, he actually experienced that, and he called me on the phone. He was like so upset because, a teacher basically told him because he is Black, he wouldn't be able to achieve certain standards and he wouldn't go to university. But he called me and he was saying to me, like, "I just feel like giving up. Like, I'm being discriminated against, being a Black boy and things like that." So I spoke to my brother. I said, "Look, you can't allow them to break you. You can't allow them to, make you go like start to have like mental health issues. In you, but you have to believe in yourself. The determination that you have, the drive that you have is what's going to propel you for the future." And my brother, he thanks me now because in recent years he graduated. Like, guys, it's just phenomenal because Black children are really stigmatized, they're discriminated against. They're said to have very low IQs. And sometimes, a lot of the times these white teachers also make them feel that small. And you have a lot of Black children underperforming or in like expressing bad behaviors because of the environment, because of what they've been told, that they can't be anything, they can't do anything. And I've been sort of encouraging my brother from time to time, um, even up until that point when he was doing his interview to become a diagnostic radiographer. In recent years, he graduated and he's now a qualified radiographer and working currently in the NHS in the UK, gaining his experience and thinking about greater things for the future. And we really have to encourage our Black children. It starts from us, our families. We really have to show them good examples that they can be the best, that they can be. They can do anything they want to do, be anything that they want to be. We have to nurture them. We can't rely on these people to nurture them, because if we do, then they're not going to feed them with anything good. It will be a lot of negativity. And just coming back to my secondary school years, I remember a teacher saying to me, aim for these grades, very low grades. And I was basically saying, like, "No, I think I can do it. Please give me the higher paper." When my grades came through, a teacher looked at me and said, "I'm very surprised." Like, and that hit me, because I'm very surprised, meaning that you didn't expect me to perform well. You didn't expect me to achieve the grades that I achieved. And yeah, I shocked you, but that's okay, because I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my family, and I'm doing it for my future. And at the time, I was around, I think I was about 15 years old at the time. Yeah, about 15 years old. I went on to college, performed really well. I was a top performing student at my college. Even till this day, the teachers tell me, Kerry, nobody has beat your grade. I'm like, what? Wow, after all these years. And, I went on to university and gained a undergraduate degree in physiotherapy. And later on, I did a master's in global health and international development because but then let's talk about my working life in the UK. Um People will tell you that there in my field, as a physiotherapist, there are very few black people in my field. Very few black people. There are a lot of, obviously, like there's a lot of like black nurses and things like that, black and minority ethnic groups within um, nursing, but the numbers of black people in physiotherapy in the UK are very, very low. Whenever I go to apply for jobs, there'll be maybe one other black person on my course. There were just three out of 100 students. There were only three black students, including myself. So you kind of knew what you were up against. Going for job interviews and things like that as a black person was a real big struggle, and I had to find ways to maneuver around the barriers that were trying to suppress me and keep me down as a black woman in the UK. When I gained certain positions within the healthcare, um, within physiotherapy, um, people made it very difficult for me. I was discriminated against, even like, people, if you brought food in, people be like, already moving away. They don't want to smell your food and things like that. You know, People try to suppress you from moving up the hierarchy. So I really faced that challenge in the workplace. I really faced that challenge as a black person. And sometimes, like a lot of the times, to be honest, I was so tired, very, very tired, really tired and exhausted, that I had to fight for my place as a black person in the workplace. I had to keep on proving myself, even though I had obtained my degree. I had to endure some of the subtle racial discriminations, and was fed up. I was so fed up of it all. And some days I'd come home and, express my anger, I guess, to my husband. And he'd just try, he's such a sweet man. He would just try to comfort me, etc., etc. But, um, I learned so many things about through my experience in the UK. I learned so much about what it meant, obviously, to be a black person in the UK, and what it meant to be a black woman in the workplace as well. How I have to fight to prove myself every time, every time, every time. How I would have to, how, if that if your white counterpart did like a small error, they would just, you know, they would get away with it. But you, as a black person, oh my God, they'll be trying to sack you. You know, they would try to find everything. Even when you're trying your best, you're doing your best, they will try to find a way to demonstrate that you're underperforming and you've done this wrong and you've done that wrong. So that constant, annoyance was obviously one of the reasons why um I just wanted to exit. I just didn't want to be under that oppression anymore. um yeah, I didn't want to be under that oppression anymore. But also, what I realized as well, about life, and about the systems that are in place, especially like talking about in the world, basically, and in Europe, in the Americas, you're taught that you go to school, you gain your qualifications, and you go out there and you look for a job. You become an employee, but actually what I realized is that actually We need, as Black people, we need to change that narrative, our mindsets. We need to, think beyond those barriers within the systems. And we actually need to think about how we can be employers instead of employees, how we can be entrepreneurs, how we can position ourselves um, in terms of wealth, because that's one thing that the Black community were not good at. Obviously, our history plays a big role in terms of our position in the world, in terms of wealth right now, but also what we're fed, what we're taught, the oppression that's been placed upon us has also influenced our position in the world today. So we have to start really thinking outside the box and really come outside our comfort zone. And yeah, one of the reasons why I relocated is that I did not want to be under that sort of oppression, and I wanted to explore outside of the box of the system of what I've been taught. I wanted to become an employer, specifically here on the continent. I wanted to explore like my entrepreneurial ideas, my entrepreneurial skills, and I wanted to be able to birth projects and companies that would benefit my people here on the continent. So, yeah, and also like that life of Europe, the sister, like when I was in Europe, right, and like when I was in the UK and I was living in London. I lived in London for so many years, and the transport system, waking up so early, being squashed into the train. Sometimes you didn't even have space to breathe. Someone is, all over your face. People are running like headless chickens. It's like, it's crazy. That way of life was just so stressful every day, day in, day out, day in, day out. And I was like, no, this is not life. I don't want this life. I really don't want this life. I want something different. And that's why even I was encouraged to travel. And I've traveled to different countries in Europe. I'd go on holidays and things like that. um but yeah, so I that headless chicken rat race, the same sort of treadmill every day, every day, every day, that same routine. I just thought, I can't do this. This can't be my life until retirement. I just can't do this. It's just not what I was born to be. It's not what I was born to do. This is not my purpose. Like, I am not getting fulfillment from this life, right? So that's one of the reasons why I decided, it was very clear in my mind what I wanted to do, and that I didn't want to spend my entire life in the UK, until the day I die. Right, I'm seeing more of your comments. Let's have a look because I've been talking for quite a while. All right. Guys, if you haven't already done so, can you please smash on that red subscribe button? Please support Lady Visionary, myself. It's absolutely free. Yes, Jamal is saying relocating isn't easy. I've been living in Kenya for 2 months now. I'm still glad to be here. Beautiful people. Yes, I tell people the truth, because people can fantasize about this life, but the reality is that when you like in the first stages of relocating here, trying to find your feet, etc., etc., it can be very, very challenging. Okay, Golden Heart, I'll be in Tanzania in 3 weeks. Wow. What are the requirements of crossing the border to Rwanda from there? So you can get a visa from arrival. You have to just make sure that you have a negative COVID test 72 hours prior to arriving to Rwanda. And then when you arrive here, you will also have a COVID test at the airport. And again, that has to be negative. Yeah, those are the requirements. But also you can have a look at the website. It's all on there, because you have to quarantine in a designated hotel, whilst you wait for your results. Um, is your two-bedroom apartment in Kigali or Musanze? It's in Musanze. Why don't they move back to Europe since they hate black people? Is it Lante? Hi, Golden Heart. Lante's in the building. Hello and welcome. Golden Heart is saying racism is usually the number one reason why our people are coming back to Africa. Yeah, I agree. Agree. We're tired of that sort of oppression and yeah, that system that's been in place for so many years. And yes, there has been like subtle changes, but we just like it's not enough. And it's just like, why should we still be demonstrating for Black lives, saying Black Lives Matter and things like that? Like, really, really, are you being serious? Like, what? Um, right. Yeah, they stole and had our history and hid our history. Yes, they did. Most definitely they did, you know. And that's why a lot of people, yeah, they're confused. They don't know who they are. And so, as I said, like for me, like it was about learning more about my history and learning about where I'm coming from, learning about who I am. And part of that was coming back to the continent and exploring the continent further. Right. I'm seeing more of you guys. Hello and welcome. My tea's getting cold. Right. Okay. Jojo, Jojoko 64 is saying, I see Kagame has taken the jab. What is the status on the rollout to the citizens? Right. So I know that they started to prioritize the vaccines. You know, they have their system of how they're doing that. Um, Vaccinating like healthcare staff. This was a couple of weeks ago, and also all the staff on Rwanda Air, or all the staff employed with Rwanda Air has now been vaccinated. That's all I know for the moment. Okay, T Shields, we need to build an African Holocaust and History Museum all over sub Saharan Africa to tell our history from colonialism to slavery and in between. Yeah, most definitely. And you know, you'll see that here anyway on the continent. Yeah, you'll learn more like when you're here. Like there are museums here. There are, yeah, museums that tell our history. When I was in Ghana, I learned about the slave dungeons in Accra, how our people were chained. They were in their own feces, up to like, you know, up to their hips, up to their bellies. They'll be held there for months until they're shipped to various parts of the world, the Caribbean and so forth. How they would bring different people from different parts of Africa together, so they could like there was that lack of communication because people, the slaves were resisting, like the enslaved people, they were resisting, and so part of their strategy was to bring people together from different parts that so that they wouldn't um, plan their exit or plan their escapes. So there was a lot of challenges, and like being in that place, learning that history. The dungeons are in Accra. The dungeons are in Accra. So learning about that history, um, you know, it's really really painful, really really painful to know that these people, they really didn't see us as a nothing. They really didn't see us as nothing. And even now, you know, we're still fighting for reparations. Yeah. It's sad. And, you know, here in Rwanda, can also visit museums and learn about the history here. You know, you can learn about how, like, European influences came in and actually also influenced the genocide here. So these people have really, they've really impacted Africa in a very, very negative way, and we're still living from the consequences of their bad doings on the continent. You know we know that there's not enough recognition for what has happened to our ancestors, to us even now. Yeah. Okay, so T Shield is saying, Lady Visionary, your experience in the UK is norm in America. No, I understand that. Um, you know, a lot more of what happens to Black people is expressed through the media. The UK, we're very good at they're very good at displaying other people's news, but they will not. They tend to sort of hide theirs. But yeah, we also experience Black people also experience a lot of racism in the UK. Yeah, they experience racism in the UK, and you get some Black people who they try to fit in so badly. They try to fit in so badly. They're so desperate to be a part of, but the reality is that they will never be a part of, because you know they can see the color of their skin. Why keep on fighting? When you can be here in Africa. Why keep on fighting? Okay. Hi, Lady Visionary. I really love your channel. Very different from the rest. Talking sense. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Hidane. Really do appreciate that. I'm being myself. I'm being as transparent as I can. I'm taking you guys along the journey, and I'm sharing my experiences with you guys. There's no fakeness in that. Golden Heart is saying the US and the UK are brothers. Very much so. We can feel safe, have opportunities for ourselves, and that home is Africa. Most definitely, one of the things that, we, the Black community, and even like us YouTubers, one of the things that we're saying is, guys, come on, as a Black people, let's unite. Let's not discriminate because you're from West Africa, you're from East Africa, you're from this tribe, you're from that tribe. Those are the barriers that have been put in place to prevent us from building, right? To to prevent us from being great as a people. Because don't get it twisted. These people recognize how great we can be. Hence why you have all of these barriers that are put in place. That's why you have to keep on fighting day in, day out to, prove yourself, you know? And as I said, I thought, what, enough is enough. Like, enough is enough. I am the director of my life, you know? I don't have to be under someone that's going to keep on suppressing me, you know? I have to elevate my mindset. I have to believe in myself. And when, like, I have children, especially like when I feel like when you have children as well, I have boys, I have Black boys, and I have to lead by example, right? My boys need to see how I am navigating this life. I have to teach them how to navigate this life. Obviously, they will learn a lot for themselves, but I have to lay out this foundation for my children. I want them to know that even being a black man, you are great. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You can be a great person. You can do great things in this world that can be recognized by your people. You can be anything that you want to be. You don't have to work for anybody. You don't have to work for anyone. You can be the boss. You can be the director. You can be the CEO, right? So it's an amazing feeling to know that I'm in a position where I can change history. And that can start from my family. right? Yeah, it's great, guys. It's absolutely great. Mike Hunt, no more racism. Everyone get along. Like that's, I think that's a missing puzzle that's really affected the world. That look, you have different people in this world, black, white, blah blah blah. Like we have to learn to live together, regardless of color. And I think that's a big missing puzzle in the world. And you know that black people, we've always been put at the bottom of the pile. But right now we're saying enough is enough, you know? Oh God, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Right. T Shield is saying, Lady V, are you taking the jab? Good question. As of now, guys, unless someone holds me down and gives me that jab without my consent, right? Hopefully that answers your question. Jackie is in the building. Jackie's saying, morning chat. Yes, Lady Visionary, desperate to fit in here in the UK. It's cringeworthy. Yeah. Because, sometimes it's not even their fault. They just want to have that sense of belonging. They want to be a part of, but it's like no matter what you do, these people will always look down on you. They'll always frown upon you. They'll always think that they're better than you. And it's just something I can't really cope with. I couldn't cope with that. I couldn't cope with that. That was inflicting a lot of stress, a lot of unnecessary stress in my life. And here I'm here. And guys, to be honest, yes, I have my challenges, but overall, I am stress free. I don't have to deal with those people. I am stress free. I'm living my best life. I'm working on my projects. Like, and one of the things I want to say, even if you come and you try and maybe you fail at that thing, don't give up. It doesn't mean that you're a failure because that thing didn't work out. You have to analyze that situation. You have to critique that situation and said, what did I do in that situation? What did I do well? And what did I not do well? And how can I make it better? Because some of the most successful black people in the world, they've failed at numerous things. But the key thing is that they had passion, they had drive, and that never give up attitude. But some of us, when we are faced with a challenge, when we are faced with something, we just want to give up right there and then. Why? Learn from those examples. Some of the most successful black people in this world have failed at many things, but they didn't give up. Same drive, that same passion that's going to allow us to succeed. Right. Okay. This battery is running low, guys. I'm only here for an hour, so I will be rounding up shortly. It's been great having you guys join me. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying in the comments. Please just do go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already done so. Yeah, and make sure you share this stream out because I think it will be very useful for a lot of people. So if you're saying you're a supporter, you're a subscriber, one of the things that you can do is please support by just sharing my videos. I am going to be rounding up shortly, guys. So if you have any questions, please do throw them at me. I'll be rounding up in the next 5 minutes. If you haven't already done so, please do go ahead and smash that like button. And you can support what I'm doing here on my channel just by giving a super chat. That's very much appreciated. I really do appreciate you guys. Um, Um, yes, live together, but they need to leave us alone for a good number of years because we are tired, so tired. Most definitely. They want to be in everything, involved in everything that we're doing. Even like that's even a big challenge on a big challenge that we're facing in Africa right now is the influence or the constant penetration from Europe and the Americas. They just can't leave us alone. They want to be telling us what policies we should put in place, what democracy looks like, how we should navigate our life here on the continent. Like Paul Kagame said something recently. President Paul Kagame says something recently. He says, Africa, like I'm paraphrasing, but he says, Africa does not need adult supervision from the West because believe it or not, that's how they treat us. That's how they've been treating us. Like, step aside. We don't need you. We can work this out. You guys are working out your own ish without our interferences. We can't even interfere in your politics, but you feel that you have business in ours. Why can you not step aside and let us do what we need to do? Like these people, Africa is a blank canvas waiting for the lost puzzle pieces of diaspora to help complete the picture. Most definitely. Most definitely. DW, that's a very good point. Very, very valuable point. Most definitely. Okay. Right. Right. Um, Jackie, yes, sis, you are correct. The stress is real. I love that you are are free. My mom is on board to leave. She has certain health challenges, but she is desperate to leave here. Yeah, so many people have just felt that weight on their head for far too long, and just they're just like, you know what? I've been giving you sweat, blood, and tears, and still my people have to protest Black Lives Matter. We do the jobs that your people they don't want to do, but still we have to be protesting Black Lives Matter. She's so unhappy, left Jamaica in 60s because of work, would have stayed but circumstances. Um, DW saying we need to teach about the rich history colonialism. Our people are only here about slavery down. We must start at the beginning. Anthony Browder has an amazing timeline documentary of our greatness. Yes, like yeah, like obviously I talked about history and slavery, but yeah, like what we are taught is that it's like we were always slaves, and that is not true. That is not true. You know, they always want to they always say, you know, African people, you know, we're uncivilized, they are teaching us civilization, blah 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 blah. Okay, there is also anger in taking that test. There's been hidden as well. That's been hidden as well. Jackie. Huh. Yeah, yeah, so Jackie's saying how much mental health issues here. Oh Lord, yes, like I think part of their agenda is to inflict mental health issues on the black population. That's just another way of just keeping us from progressing, um, maintaining stagnance and lack of wealth amongst our people. So it's time for that to change. And so that's why you have to exercise a level of awareness, a level of consciousness, know what's going on around you and know what you need to do, know your strategy. Um, T-Shield is saying they have a sick obsession with us. I mean, they are totally mentally ill. Hi, Lady Visionary. Your words are very uplifting and so true. Heavenly, beautifully black. Thank you so much. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you here. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, do you have any questions? As I said, I'm going to be rounding up right now. going to be rounding up. Look, I've had my tea in my hand for like a whole hour. It's gone a bit cold now, but still quite nice. Do you have any questions for me? Like, do you guys like this morning chat? Um, if you do, I can do more of them. I can. Um, all right. Heavenly Beautiful Black has been watching. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you don't have any more questions for me, as I said, I will be rounding up. If you're liking the like this morning chat, please do go ahead and smash on that like button, and let me know in the comments whether you want me to do more of these or whether it's too early because I know so many of you guys are watching from all over and it may be a bit early for some of you guys. So yeah. Yep, oh wow. Heavenly Beautifully Black is saying, yep, it's 4:25 a.m. in the East Coast. Wow. It's coming up to 10:30 here in um Rwanda. Like the sun. Where's the sun, guys? The sun. Did you guys see that? The sun is hidden by the cloud. Those of you guys who are just coming in, you'll have to go to the beginning to listen up because you guys came in late, but I understand. Morning, the birds are chirping. Yes. Oh, that's what I love in the morning. I forgot to say that. Um, morning. The birds are chirping in the background. The sound of the crow, the foggy, giving me such nostalgia. Kids must go to school now. Nice day. Yeah, like guys, you can hear this. This is what I love. This is what I love waking up to. I love like the sound of the rooster in the mornings. I love the sound of the birds chirping in the background. And then when I look out my bedroom window, I just see like the garden. So it's like, yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Right. Um, Tishu says, how much of the diaspora do you think will come back? Right. God, it's difficult to say, but I know a significant amount of people are visiting the continent and investing here. A significant amount of people are stepping outside their comfort zone and exploring the continent a lot more. Yeah, and these people are recognizing that we're doing it and they're also trying to make our life difficult. Off to do Muzungu work. Have a good day, Lady Visionary. This time of day is fantastic. Okay, perfect. Um, how's the COVID-19 situation over here? Well, they've put in certain measures in place. We have got restrictions and curfews, but now we can move around from district to district a lot better. This is great because it's having a positive impact on businesses. Business can strive a little bit more. Um, yeah, like, I know some people don't want to hear this, but they have started rolling out vaccines here a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, but yeah, and we have to wear masks here. It's compulsory. It's compulsory to wear masks here in Rwanda. So, yeah, but despite that, I feel great. Like I do feel great. It's just like the wearing of the mask, but yeah, that's basically part of their policy to try and maintain things. But there's a lot more freedom at the moment, and which is great. It's great for the people, great for people visiting, and it's also great for businesses as well. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully that answers your question. Guys, can you guys hear the birds? It's wonderful. The breeze is so lovely. There's a nice breeze. Show you guys a bit around. Can you guys see? That's like my garden space. Yeah. This is me. Someone's asking a very good question. Did my husband pay a dowry for me? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Of course. Like, what? That's the culture. He has to pay the dowry. Most definitely has to pay the dowry. Here you have to give a cow. Yeah. So yeah, my husband had to pay the dowry to marry me. Like, what? Of course. Of course, I had the traditional wedding and everything. I had the traditional wedding here in Rwanda. I had the traditional wedding here. But I just realized, guys, also because I was talking so much, I also missed one of the key things. I missed one of the key things as to why I relocated to Africa. But I think I touched upon it um, briefly. But guys, I did a master's in global health and international development. Initially, I wanted to work for an NGO, but I realized through my experiences with NGOs that they're here collecting money from Europe and all parts of the world, but what they're doing on the ground, to be honest, there's a lack of accountability. They raise so much money, but there's a lack of accountability. These people should be in prison. I'm not joking. These people should be in prison because what they're advertising and what they're not delivering. They showcase so many negative images of Africa, trying to get people to donate. You see that when you're in the UK, when you're in the Americas, you see that. Just in case my battery for my modem is getting low and I don't want the live to end just abruptly. But you see, oh my God, guys, you see the adverts on Africa. They want, oh, poor Africans, blah, blah, blah. And then they raise millions, if not billions. No, let's billions. I've looked at some of the accounts of some of these NGOs and what they earn and how much money they get yearly just by showing pictures and showing children in ragged clothes. But what they do on the ground, the reality of what happens, guys, it's absolutely sickening. It breaks my heart. And that's why I say, like, as a whole, yes, we can help our people. We can exercise charity from time to time. But our Africa does not need charity. What they need, these people, they need jobs. The significant amount of people that are young people that are unemployed here on the continent, it's a disgrace. Because like, you see all the resources that Africa has. We don't need to be begging from Europe or from the Americas to feed our people. We have everything that we need. And so that's why our leaders need to put better policy. They need to negotiate better policies that's going to help our people now and for the future. Because when these NGOs come and they raise millions and billions, and even these Europeans, they come, they say Africa needs this, Africa needs that. They have no idea about what Africa needs. They have no idea about the plight of the African people. But they tell you everything that Africa needs. Like, Africans are the best people that can identify their needs. These people come from Europe and come from the Americas, claiming to be experts in being able to identify what the African people need. And in raising billions of pounds of dollars, they still do not deliver sustainable projects to benefit African people in the long term. What many of these NGOs they do, they're part of the problem. They sustain poverty so that they can maintain a position in their jobs here in Africa. They drive fancy cars, go to fancy hotels, fabricate budgets and how successful projects are here. But when you go and you see what they're actually doing, you say, my God, really? Really? And that's why one of the reasons why I love Rwanda, because Rwanda, they're not having it. And they're overseeing what NGOs are coming here to do. There's accountability. NGOs position themselves because they know they go to a particular African country and they say, oh, this government, he's only interested in himself. So therefore, we can position ourselves to make money from this country. Money that we will never live to even spend. Money that our children would benefit from. They position ourselves because they're thinking, ah, these people, they're so stupid. So my point is, I decided that I did not want to be working for an NGO or these big NGOs doing whatever they're claiming to do for Africa, because I know the truth. And when you know the truth, there's no way you can sit in a position gaining good money, but you know that what they're doing is not to benefit your people, but in fact, it's to benefit their pockets and their people. That is one of the reasons why I decided that I'm moving to Africa. I'm not going to be working for an NGO unless I set up an NGO myself. I did have that mindset at one point, but no, I'm setting up profitable businesses that gives opportunities to my people to help them improve their livelihoods. Africa as a whole, we don't need charity. Africans need jobs. Africans need opportunities, and opportunities that will allow us to prosper here on the continent. We're tired of these people from Europe and the Americas coming, taking pictures of especially our children. They go to the rural settings, take terrible pictures. And here in Rwanda, in Rwanda, the young children, even in the rural settings, they're very aware. They know they already saying, oh, you're going to put us on YouTube, you're going to put on us on the internet. They run. The minute you take out your camera, they run. The children here, they run. They say, oya, oya, no, which means no. They don't want you to take their pictures. That's what these children are saying. No, they don't want you to take their pictures, and they will run. They do not want themselves on the internet being portrayed how the Muzungus or how the Europe or the West have, or the Americas have been portraying them. They don't want it. They're saying that themselves. I'm not saying that. They are saying that themselves. Guys, let me go through again. Okay. Thank you so much, Tony, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Guys, I keep looking down because I'm looking at my modem. The battery is running low. I'm telling you, I will not accept a marriage without a bride price, not letting him off the hook. Of course, my husband was not let off the hook. What? He was not let off the hook. Oh, no. Well, you as a woman, you don't pay the dowry. The man has to pay. Well, here in Rwanda, the man pays the dowry. So yeah, my husband paid his dowry, of course. They have been showing those feed the children commercials like crazy. Now all of a sudden, it's crazy how I see their propaganda clearly now. Yes, most definitely. I never did trust them people bragging, I guess begging for money for Africa, and never did nor would give them any money. I would do it myself. Yes, the diaspora, if you're coming, definitely your strategy, how you're going to create something that's also going to help our people. Jamal Brewer is saying, teach, Lady Visionary. Okay, thoughts on Rusoro is what going is that side of Uganda. It's very beautiful. Recently, I was talking about that, well, with someone, because I have a family member who has a property there, very beautiful, well, mansion she's built on that side. You can see the lakes and everything. It's a beautiful area, and land prices are not so expensive. You can get a very big plot of land for a decent price. Keep it up, morning, Rwanda with Lady Visionary. Is the drink industry big over there? Yes, it's massive. Even last night, I was talking about this with my husband. Rwandans love to drink. So, yeah, the soft drink industry is, to be honest, it's huge. And there's a lot of money that can be made with this as well. Okay. Failure is the best teacher for the resilient ones. Even us born on the continent, we fail. We fail and we stand up with better practices, lessons. Failing is human. Most definitely. I agree. Okay. Fanta K is saying, what is the price range of already furnished apartments, and do they have security for those apartments? So it really depends. Like sometimes, yes, in Kigali, sometimes you have to find your own security, or sometimes already they have their security on premises, so you can use their security. You just have to take over the bills of paying that security. Um, but if you are looking for a furnished property in Kigali, it can, like, now the prices are going up in Kigali, to be honest. It can range from 600 upwards, depending on the area, and then unfurnished maybe about $300 plus. And then here in Musanze, like my friends are staying at a really nice property. It's a two-bedroom, modern apartment, with kitchen and everything, all the facilities. They already have security, and the price is $300, excluding the bills. Hopefully that helps. I believe I have, yes, Fanta, I have a consultation appointment with you, so we can definitely explore that further. Um, what are the fruits mostly produced in Rwanda? So we've got like now it's guava season, guys. This tree here is actually a guava tree behind me. It's they're not ready, but now is guava season. I have been buying a lot of guava. It's so cheap, like 6 pieces of guava. I paid 10 cents. 10 cents. Imagine, I paid 10 cents. So going back to your question, so we have watermelon. God, I keep looking at my modem because I'm scared the battery's gonna finish. We have watermelon, we have pineapples, we have mangoes, we have sugarcane, we have bananas, different types of bananas. In Jamaica, we call those small bananas bumpy bananas, and also you've got the usual long bananas. Yes, we have guava, passion fruit. Oh my God, I'm having a lot of passion fruit here. A lot of we have jackfruit. What else? What haven't I mentioned? They have different fruits that you guys also, I don't know if you know the names, like amatunda. Um, amatunda is passion fruit. Yeah, I said that. But they have other fruits that you guys can explore once you're here. But yeah, they have a variety of fruits, to be honest. They have a variety of fruits. Um, Great Escape is saying those children are smart for running. Most of those videos were filmed in a studio. They were getting dollars of African coming and going. So yeah, of Africa coming and going. Yeah, most definitely. Thank you so much for being in the building. Great Escape. T Shield, I want my African queen. Are there plenty of nice traditional conservative sisters there? Yeah, the options are far and wide. The options are far and wide. You can make healthy tea from the leaves. Is that the guava? Let me know. Is that the guava? if that's true, like I need to do some more research because I have this guava tree here and I also have a mango tree as well, but it's pretty young. I have two mango trees actually. Yeah, and then this guava tree. My sons keep picking the ones that are low hanging, so they've picked all the low hanging guavas. My youngest son, who's one, keeps saying he's saying green peas, and I'm like, no, it's not green peas, it's guava. It's guava. It's so funny. Um. Okay, so your question is yes, Musanze sounds a better option. How far is Musanze from Kigali Airport? So approximately 2 hours, 15 minutes. Yeah, that it's approximately, but yeah, like here you have fewer options, like with housing, like good quality housing. But in Kigali, the options are obviously far and wide. Um, yeah, but I'm loving Musanze, loving Musanze. Again, if you're choosing to live here, you can always buy a plot and build land. And on that notice, on that note, I'm gonna do a plug here. I have got a plot of land. It's 500 square meters, and it's on a slight hill, with a beautiful view of the volcanoes, here in Rwanda. It's on good road. So you've got road access, water access, and electricity. So if you are interested, you can send me an email. Please note that, like, Rwanda is not like Gambia, like where maybe you can get land for like, I mean, like $1,000. I mean, maybe in some places you can get like very small plots of land, but it's very rural, and you have no access maybe to road, electricity, and water. So those basic needs. So please bear that in mind. Um, but you look like a Rwandese. Many people say I look Rwandese. I get that a lot. It gets me into trouble here because people start speaking Kinyarwanda to me, and I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, does she think she's better than us?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just not Rwandese." Like, and yeah, people are confused because I look Rwandese. They're speaking the language I don't understand. They're like, "Why is this Rwandese girl not knowing her language? Like, she's not knowing who she is." And then I have to explain. Great Escape is reminding you guys to like the stream. Don't forget to like. Yes, if you're new, please subscribe as well. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. Heavenly Beautifully Black, mostly is mango, guava, good for diabetes. Jamaican here too. Okay, I will love to research more about the guava leaves. Because as I said, like I have this guava tree and I've just been waiting for the guavas to ripen. I didn't know that I can really use the leaves if I'm honest. I'm learning. See, that's why, my subscribers, my supporters, they teach me a lot as well. Can you drink the water in Rwanda? Yes, you can. So like, they have a company here called Wasak. Wasak is the company that sort of treats the water and all of that. But a lot of people, I think, from the diaspora, they drink bottled water. But even with that, you have to be careful because sometimes you just don't know where the water is really coming from, whether you're actually drinking tap water. Sometimes a lot of the times I drink bottled water, but sometimes I boil the tap water and I drink it with my tea. Like this tea that I made, was made from tap water. So far, I've been surviving, no problems. Dark Spurs in the building. Hello and welcome again. Peace, fam. Peace to you too. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you, guys. I mean, um, um, Vic is asking, how are fintech business thriving in Rwanda? I don't know how. I don't know enough about this to give information. I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't know enough about this to give information. but I'm happy to do some research and let you know. Just send me an email. My email is in the description bar below. Guys, if I don't know something, I'm not going to give information that I don't know about or don't know enough about. I know quite a lot, but there's some things I don't know about. T-Shield is asking me, did you bring any of your family to Rwanda? So yeah, many of you guys know that I'm here with my family, my husband and my two boys. But yeah, like when I got married, actually got married here in Rwanda. I had my traditional wedding and my church wedding here in Rwanda, and I brought a lot of my Jamaican family over for the wedding, and they loved it, absolutely loved it. Um, for a lot of them, yeah, all of them, no, except for my sister, because I had dragged her to Ghana previously. But like, yeah, apart from my sister, everyone that came from my family side to Rwanda, that was their first time in Africa, and it was an emotional time for them as well. It was emotional in a positive way. It was very emotional. They were like, what? They could not believe that, like, all this time they had a particular idea about Africa because of what they saw on TV, and they could not believe that this is Africa, or this is Rwanda. They could not believe it. They were shocked. Like my uncle, even when he came out of Kigali International Airport, the first thing he did, guys, I kid you not, the first thing he did was he kissed the ground. He kissed the ground. Like people were all around, people were arriving. And I was like, Uncle, what are you doing? Like, felt slightly embarrassed, not gonna lie. I was like, what are you doing? But, at the same time, I was happy. And yeah, he kissed the ground. He was like, Kerry-Ann, I'm like, I'm on the motherland. Like, I have to kiss the earth. I have to kiss the earth. I was like, you kidding me? It was emotional. It was phenomenal. It was just an amazing time. They had an amazing time here in Rwanda. Most of them spent 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks. And actually, a lot of them, yeah, and almost all of them did not want to leave. Yeah, in general, they did not want to leave, to be honest. We were cooking up our Jamaican dishes. What? Because at first they were like, oh, will we be able to cook our curry goat, our cow foot, stew peas, this and that? And, when they came and they realized they can cook all their Jamaican dishes, no problem. They were cooking up a storm every day in the kitchen. I'll just come home and that food will be on the table. Like, what? I was having the time of my life as well when my family was here. Yeah, they had a great time. My children are very, very small. My boys are 3. One of my boys 3, and my other one is just a 1-year-old. Actually, right now they should. Normally at this time they're out playing, but because I'm doing the live, I've asked like the nanny to keep them inside so they don't disturb me. But I will be going soon. I know I've been saying that, but I will be going soon. So they can come out and play football. They love the garden space. Well, both of them, they love to watch the birds because different types of birds come and land in the garden. They're always trying to pick the guava. I'm fighting with them not to pick the guavas. And they play football out here every morning. For about an hour, they're out here playing. The unknown traveler is in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Um, Heavenly Beautiful. Wow, I know the Rwandans love it. uh, Queen Redpill is asking when is my birthday. My birthday is in September. I'm a September baby, specifically September the 18th. That's my birthday. Um, T-Shills, are any of your Jamaican family moving there permanently? Good question. Good question. So I know, like my dad, he's like, I took him to Rwanda. He was one of the first person. To he came for the wedding and he loved Rwanda. Since then, he's been like really bugging me so that we can travel together to different parts of the continent. He actually wants to visit Ghana. Um, so I'm planning to take him to Ghana. Um, yeah, and he is planning to come towards the end of the year. So there's a possibility that he may also stay permanently in Rwanda. But he wants to visit Ethiopia. I haven't visited Ethiopia. I would love to visit Ethiopia. That's on my list. Where else did he say he wants to visit? Yeah, Ghana. I've already visited Ghana so many times, and he also wants to visit Ghana. So I'm planning to take him because he's over 60, so he needs support when he travels. So yeah, hopefully, he's planning on coming towards the end of this year. So we'll see, but he's planning to come and stay a while. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, my dad, and also my mom, she will like for now she will kind of visit, stay like a month, and then go back. Come, yeah. So she'll be back and forth here in Rwanda. Oh wow. Fans. Oh wow. Oh wow. I'm September 25th. Um, Alvera, you can send me an email. You're asking about the land. Please send me an email with regards to that if you're interested. Yes. So yeah, my birthday is what, 7 days before yours. We are September babies. Okay. Heavenly, beautifully black. What was the thoughts of our food by the Rwandans? What was the thoughts of our food by Rwandans? Yes, obviously here is you have a variety, but I feel like some of the dishes are pretty basic. Um, and like when I first came here, and then I came to Rwanda, and then I went to Uganda, I was like, I really prefer the Ugandan dishes, but you also have some nice dishes here as well. Um, a very popular dish here that even I cook here at my house is a dish called sombe. It's like that sombe is cassava leaves, like pounded cassava leaves. You could add meats or fish inside. It gives you a very delicious tasting sauce. You could have that with rice and avocado. Oh my God, come on, guys. The food here, fresh food, organic foods to die for. Oh, this is a good question. How do you deal with the morning cold temperatures of Musanze? Guys, I'm not going to lie. Right now, okay, so the temperature is warmer in Kigali and maybe some other regions, but because here we're on a higher terrain, in Musanze, so or a higher altitude, it's a little bit cold. Like I'm shivering sometimes in the night. I'm not gonna lie, but I've always been like cold blooded but warm at heart, guys. So I don't want you guys to get confused. My blood for some reason have always been cold, even when I was in the UK. So like I feel like I get cold a lot. So I do sleep with. I was contemplating bringing an electric blanket, but I didn't. But I do sometimes sleep with my hot water bottle, and I do have blankets on my bed. But in the mornings, if it's a bit chilly in the mornings, I have to wear a cardigan or a jumper in the morning because, yeah, it's chilly. It's chilly, and I don't like being cold. Jamaican food. Yes, I cook Jamaican food here. So whether that's jerk chicken or um oh, I seem to have a visitor. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm on live right now on my YouTube. I've got a visitor, guys. So yeah, I have to go shortly. Trying to get some stuff sorted out with my car. But Jamaican food, yes, I cook Jamaican food, jerk chicken, curry goats. Yeah, yeah, that's what I cook here. I'll probably do a video of me cooking a Jamaican meal here in Rwanda in my kitchen. Let me know what you guys think about that. What was their impression of Jamaican food? I'm not quite understanding that question, but like here in Rwanda, you don't have Jamaican food options, but my family were able to buy foods and cook our Jamaican meals. Um, yeah. Yeah, in Rwanda it's not allowed. Like they're all about conservation when it comes to like they're all about conservation of like the wild animals and things like that. So there are policies in place. You won't see bushmeat in markets like you may see like in like other countries or African countries. You won't see that. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Sorry, yes, yes. My husband loves Jamaican food so much. He loves it, loves it, loves it. And yeah, our family that tried Jamaican food also loved it. Like the just the ingredients, the quality of our food, the taste. It's great. Right, let me see. Can you press the doorbell again? Yes, please. Yeah. Can you press it again? Okay. Right. Guys, okay, as I said, I didn't realize that yeah, I basically have a visitor. Well, I knew I had an appointment, but the time has gone so quickly. So I'm going to love you guys and leave you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Very much appreciated. Again, if you're new and you haven't already subscribed, but you keep coming back and watching my channel, please do go ahead and support me by smashing on that red subscribe button. Don't forget that I'm on Patreon, so you can support me over on Patreon. I'm also on Instagram as Lady Visionary. So you can go ahead and support me by following me over on Instagram as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining me in this live stream. And again, please let me know in the comment section whether you have liked this morning session and whether you think I should do more, right? And if you have any topics on what you'd like me to talk about, then you could also make those suggestions in the comment section. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you again in the next live. Take care and see you again soon.